we were a bit in a rush to get to the airport, hence why it's a bit shaky. Charlie was so kind to remind me that we still have to answer these questions for you guys. So I'll pick out a couple, maybe a dozen, and we'll answer them for you. And then we get those out to you as soon as possible. We don't need to say that, but we'll put it in anyways. So I think a lot of you guys asked how I'm doing. How was your winter break? I'm doing fine. Just still recovering a little bit from a cold. I think most people have gotten a cold over the Christmas and New Year's time. So still recovering. I think it's mostly my voice more than anything. So I'm on the upwards slope again. So that's good. Winter break was great. Obviously, we had a little surprise and add-on to the family with Indy. She's keeping everybody on their toes and definitely loves chewing on stuff. So still got to teach her not to do that. But she's starting to lose her first teeth. I'm very much excited to see her again and see how many teeth she's still got. But yeah, that's that. Then there's another question that I figured out was pretty interesting. You guys asked, how's preparation for the season going, training, etc. I felt my training's been very good this winter and also all of last year, like end of last year. I pretty much didn't stop because calendar-wise, we've been in a pretty easy, let's say, spot there. Not too many races with WEC. So I was in a pretty happy state of just keep training, don't stop, and so did that. I had a strong training camp with my trainer, Dan, and still keep training remotely with him when I'm not in Switzerland or when I'm somewhere else. Another question was, are you looking forward to being back in a single-seater? And the answer is yes. I am super excited to be back in a single-seater. I think it has always been what I love doing the most, racing in a car where I can see my wheels, in a car where I'm alone and there's no driver change needed. I am very happy to be back in that, and I'm enjoying my time, prepping the year, prepping the tests with the team, and putting everything together so that the season starts effortlessly and hopefully on the right foot. Why IndyCar? Because IndyCar, it's the next, let's say, on the list compared to Formula One. Obviously, I've won F2, so I can't really go back, and I probably wouldn't want to go back to F2, having driven in F1 and obviously in the top of the championships that I've driven. IndyCar they just seemed like a very good option for me. So I'm very happy about the choice. I'm very happy to be here where I'm at and looking forward to the season starting now. Why RLL? Well, honestly, I would say a lot of that is because of Jay, my opinion. Jay's been super upfront and really direct in what they want to do and how they want to get things going. But I wouldn't have gotten to know Jay and Bobby without Dirk. So I think Dirk is probably the one who was the biggest influence here. We went through different teams, different options, and Dirk directly said his number one is Rahal, RLL, and therefore we were, I think we were pretty happy and confident that we were going to do the test with them, see how the team is, and they were just super nice. They were just so great to work with. You could really see how much they wanted it, how much they wanted to race with me, but also how much they love racing and how much passion they have for it. So I truly believe that together we can go forwards and upwards. So we'll I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but we'll make shit happen and get shit done. And I had my coin on me. He didn't even ask me. So funny enough, I'm going to show you guys this. Jay has a coin that he makes for everybody. It's right, this one, and that's his logo in the back. So that's when I say make shit happen, get shit done. This is his. That's why we say it. And it's so true. He really gets stuff done and makes things happen. That's the PG version. What are you looking forward to most about the IndyCar? truly, I think it's just about getting to know those new tracks. I'm excited to see what an oval is going to be like to drive. I think it's exciting. It's something new, new competition. Even though I know a lot of the guys, I think it'll still be good to race against them in a new format. So, yeah, overall, just very excited about getting started. Charlie, you're getting a message.
Sorry. Shut up. Yeah.
We're back on? Okay. How does an IndyCar compare to an F1 car to drive? Yeah, so the difference between cars is spec series versus non-spec series. To drive, the spec series has a certain characteristic to drive. So you have to really kind of somewhat adapt to it. You obviously can change the setup, but the car itself is still meant to be driven a certain type of way. Now, this car has obviously been around for, I think, 12 years now, nearly. So it's been changed a lot. There's a lot of updates that have happened. The car over time has gotten heavier. So teams generally know what direction the setup has to go to be quick. But still, obviously, there are differences and changes that you have to get to do, and every driver is a bit different. In F1, you kind of build your own car if you want. If you're the lead driver, you build your own car. So to drive, it is very, very much the way you want it to be and the way you feel like it should be driven. It has a lot more downforce. It has a lot more power. So these things will obviously change the way you approach some corners. And with the DRS, you're obviously then quick on the straights too, which you don't have anymore this year. So it's a bit different. What do you think will be your biggest challenge in your first IndyCar season? As much as I said that I'm excited about those new tracks, I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for me as well. Pretty much all the other people that are racing in IndyCar have driven those racetracks. I think Arlington is the only one that they haven't driven, and maybe the one in Toronto. I'm still excited about them. It's just about the preparation, about being comfortable. So we still have 2 FPs before the qualifying, which will hopefully give me enough, time to jam into all the new tracks and stuff. But we'll have to see. We'll wait and see how it goes. But I think that's going to be the biggest challenge. Another question you asked was, what does it mean to you to bring number 47 back onto the grid? It's obviously been my racing number in F1. It had a lot of good little points out. Let's say there were coincidences and that were just too nice to forget. So for example, if you take all my family's birthdays and you put them together, that equals number 47. So that's one of them, which I really liked, and so I was always happy to keep the number 47, and it was free. So yeah, quickly took the choice that I wanted it, and we luckily got it. What would be my expectations for this year or goals? On that one, obviously we want to stay realistic. We also want to challenge ourselves. So I think that the goals is just to try and be as prepared as possible getting to an event, and to then maximize what we have. I think that's really it. Try and be as consistent as possible, wherever that might be. And an important one for me would be to know that where we started and where we ended is not the same space, not the same place. I want to end the season with the team in a better place than what we found it in the beginning of the season, so that then we can keep working on every aspect and keep developing. And then basically, if we look back at the beginning of the year, we can say confidently, yes, we've done the right things and we're moving in the right direction. Some non-IndyCar related questions. There's one here. It says, what's your favorite Buc-ee's item? So Buc-ee's, for the ones who don't know, is a chain, fuel pump chain. I think they're famous for having the biggest amount of gasoline stations or fuel pumps everywhere, and it's just insane. We stopped on it on our way to Austin last year, and it was just crazy how many pumps there were. Honestly, I felt like you could buy anything and everything at Buc-ee's. So I think, yeah, I don't know. You can pretty much get anything you want. So I guess food. Another question: how's Indy doing? Indy's doing great. She's starting to lose her baby teeth and starting to get the big ones to come out. So I'm very excited. I'm on my way to her now, so I'm very excited to see her. And also, of course, I'll probably get her along to some of the racetracks this year. So I'm sure you guys will see her there. Make her a little mascot. And then there was a question here which I thought was quite interesting. Is there any merch coming out this year? I'm working on it. Hopefully there will be some cool stuff coming out your way soon. But you guys have to be a little patient on that. Maybe it will be throughout the year and not quite at the start of the year. And then one which was really interesting: will you ever compete in a drift event? At the moment, probably, like right now in the first couple of weeks, no. But who knows? Once the season is done, maybe. I'll just have to get a car somewhere, and my car is in Europe at the moment. So if there's a race out in Europe, I might, maybe for fun. We'll see. We'll make a YouTube video out of it though, so you'll know. I'm about to go to the airport now. I really appreciate all the questions that came in. It was really fun to answer some of them. Hopefully you got what you wanted and asked for. I'm very excited about this year. It's going to be good. And hopefully you'll come out and support me and the team out at those racetracks. I'm glad to get going and see you there.